Yes, it is finally time. I'm gonna show you this little mug. BrickoMotion. Hello, Claire here. You wanna see what's inside? Whoosh. Ta-da! I like to call this mug my little purple castle, even though it's not actually a castle. It's only one room that is based on the room where all of the princesses are in Wreck-It Ralph 2, or Ralph Wrecks the Internet. This one I wanted to make for several reasons, the most important one being that I just wanted to make it. And maybe you can see here, I love to use a ton of details in my builds, and this time I wanted to make it a challenge for me and use these huge parts here. And as you'll see, I did that. Now, to place them at such an angle was quite a tricky thing to do, as they are not designed to stand at this angle. So as you can see from the pictures I've taken while I was building this, they are attached to the rest of the build by only one stud. One stud on the bottom and then one or more studs on the top. I'm not even sure anymore. I made this like a billion years ago. So, how does this castle become a room? First of all, this weird looking roof, that's not actually a roof but a chill-out place, just comes off. It's not attached with any studs or anything. And then you can spread this out like this and then place the roof back in. And that way you get quite a huge chill-out area for the princesses. And yes, I have my princesses in comfy outfits right here with me, and I'm gonna be placing them onto here in just a sec. I want to show you some of the details first. One of the first things that I tried to build was this wall right here. It's the wall opposite of the entrance, and therefore it was supposed to be something special. I have taken photos of several of my attempts of what this wall should have looked like. If I had made it just lavender all around, it would have been boring. That's why I added some texture with these bricks and some golden elements, because I used golden highlights in this mug wherever highlights were needed. Oh, am I missing a piece? I am missing a piece. I shall correct that at some point. The other two walls that are not the back wall or the door are similar to this back wall, just with a few alterations that I had to make, because this wall had to have these joints and the outer wall had to be able to spread out. You can also see here on the outside that this wall has two figures and is protruding out, so it's 3D and all sorts of things are happening here. It reminds me of most of the old buildings here in Europe. But the wall on the back, the one with the joints, has nothing, well, except for these and the plants, but there's no 3D effect here. And you know why? Because otherwise it wouldn't open. It's as simple as that. So this wall is the most boring one, but it's because it serves a function, and here function was more important than the looks. Other things here worth talking about are these chairs that I made to resemble the ones from the movie as much as I could. And well, they were mostly just fun to make. I mean, you can see how simple they are, so. These here, the vanities. I had this tiny problem called math, and my tiny room having only 4 corners and there being 14 princesses. Yeah, so I did the best that I could. Here's the first one. It was quite tricky to figure out the build for the vanity that I wanted it to have. That would also fit in here. I have tried doing it with studs, without studs. I had at least 5 prototypes of this. In the end, I settled for this variant because I did want this mug to be portable. Whoops. And here you can see how everything is attached. Very, very, not necessarily with illegal techniques, but yeah, you wouldn't see something like this in an official set. This is the base build of all of the vanities that I have. Some are slightly altered because of reasons you are going to see. Who do you think this one's for? Yeah, it's for Jasmine, of course it is. I was looking at what kinds of golden objects I have that would fit with a princess and that I could use on such a small vanity. And the lamp was one of them, so that's why Jasmine has her own vanity here. Next one I'm gonna show you is Belle's one. Oh no, I just gave it away. Oh no, what am I gonna do? So this one has this stained glass rose on it, and yeah, if I hadn't given it away already, you would have probably guessed it, but this one's from Belle. The build is still very simple. And the last two I intentionally made similar in the sense of there's only a crown in front. Oh, let me take this one. This one's more interesting. This one has just a standard mirror and a golden crown in front. Here I had to get a bit inventive to place the mirror like this. The point of this was that it could be any princesses. I can see Aurora sitting here, or Ariel, or Merida, anyone. So this is my trick of solving the problem of 14 princesses and only 4 corners. I'm just gonna say that also these curtains were a pain to create, and I'll leave it at that. Putting in all of the princesses, yay! Let's get the roof back on the floor, and I will also remove all of these little decorations. When I showed this to my daughter, she was like, "Oh, Mom, that's great, but where are the cushions?" And then she made these pipe cleaners woven into shapes. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here are the princesses. Can I remember which one was sitting where in the movie? I know that Merida was at a chair, I think like this. And she was next to Belle, who was of course reading a book. So she was here, and Aurora was somewhere in the vicinity as well. There we go. 3 of them done. I think Tiana was on the couch. Let's put her here. Were there Pocahontas and Mulan somewhere there also? Yeah, well, even if they were not, who cares? Cindy, I believe, was in a beanie bag, so I'll use this one for her. Well, yeah, I think that works. Elsa was somewhere on the floor. No. Yeah, I don't think my couch is nearly as big as it ought to be. This looks good. I think Ariel was sitting on a chair somewhere beside them. Let's say here. And then we also had Jasmine somewhere other than on the main couch. So I'll just put her here. Only 3 princesses left. I think I'm gonna make it. Now 2 of them can get the cushions. I'll give Rapunzel one because she's already dressed in pink, and both of these are pink. So she'll sit, let's say here. Yeah, close enough. And then one I'll get the last soft spot. So Snow White's the only one left. Well, I mean, I guess I can squeeze her onto the couch as well. This is gonna work. Yay! All of the princesses have their spot somewhere in this room. And the cleanup is very simple. I would say ta-da, but I forgot I have to put these ones on. I prefer to put this one wherever the door is and the other ones everywhere else. And ta-da! It is cleaned up. And when I displayed this beauty, I usually display it from this angle because I kind of like it if you see both the door and this gorgeousness. Until the next time you click on one of my videos, bye bye. And before anyone asks, yes, I know there's something missing here. And believe me, I have tried to dollify Vanellope. But have I succeeded? That is a question I'll have to answer you some other time.